Hey, what's up, man? It's your boy Sensei, and you watching Pool Talk.
What's up? It's your boy Prince Franchise. And listen, this is Pool Talk.
Yo, Frank, what's going on, baby?
I'm chilling, man. Still out here in Florida, man. Still out here in Miami. You know, I'm be out here
Oh
for the next
man, you
couple of
left
weeks,
us
you
in a
know.
freezing cold.
Yeah. I definitely did. I ain't mad either.
You escaped just in time.
Absolutely. Just in time to evade that wintry blast that y'all getting out there, man.
Oh man, you did us dirty. So we back with another episode of
Pool Talk, baby.
Pool Talk. You know what it is? Sensei Franchise.
You
Holla at
already
me.
know.
Mm-hmm.
So Sensei, we're just gonna go over the fight that happened on the 31st, that Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez card. Um,
Or
did
the
you see that?
toupee.
Did you see
Wait,
that fight?
I ain't trying to see Big Baby right now, man. I don't know. I ain't trying to really, you know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
but hold
Yeah,
on. Did you see the toupee come off?
I mean, he pulled it off. Yeah, after he got banged out, yeah, he pulled it off himself. Yeah, he had to make fun of it. He did the
Nah,
best
man.
situation, made light of it.
He did the best of the situation that was there, man. That was hilarious, though. That was hilarious. But you know, he
His excuse was hilarious. Why he lost his hair? He went under the cabinet. His mother had ammonia in the shampoo bottle. That sounds crazy. Hey, nobody's buying that. So let's say you got a toupee. There's nothing wrong with a toupee. I
there's
mean,
nothing
there's
wrong
nothing
with
wrong with it. Look, I got a toupee. Look, bam. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Yeah. I spent good money on my shit. My shit ain't covered off. Why is it staying on? You heard? Yeah, Big Baby, holler at me. I'm gonna let you know where to get the toupee from. You heard?
That's a fact. But Big Baby, that was he was taking some punches in that fight, man. But he ended up pulling off the win.
Yo, I'm sorry, man. I can't talk about Big Baby right now. I was a fan of Big Baby, then he kind of fell off a bit. So when he get back up, I can't. I gotta be on my camera right now. I can't really
But
even deal with Big Baby. You know what I'm saying?
nah, I feel
Big
you.
Baby,
I
I
feel
don't
you.
know.
But he
Yeah, I
definitely did.
can't.
He definitely did pull off the win. So props to him on that. Props to him on that. Right. But we go to the
Mhm.
next fighter, Bruce Shushu Carrington, getting the featherweight title. Now he is a champ.
Mm,
Another champ from
mm,
Brooklyn, Brownsville. Right.
uh-huh.
Another
Brooklyn,
champ.
stand up. Stand up. Shoo hitting him like he hitting him with the 8 ball. Bing bop, boop bop, bing bop. Yeah, that was
That's a
impressive.
fact. That's a fact.
You did your thing, baby.
Yo,
You did your thing.
he did his thing, man. Like he didn't come to play. Um, he went in there, he did what he had to do, and he made it clear that listen, I'm here to make a statement, and that's exactly what he did. He definitely made a statement win
World
over
champion. Congratulations,
Carlos
Shoo.
Castro.
Yeah, Shoo. Your pops actually came to the studio um before we actually ignited Food Talk. So I think I got their number. We gotta reach out and get Shoo pull up in Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? So we definitely gotta get Shoo. That
Definitely
was that was a
have him come
that was
through.
an amazing.
He got the belt now. Come through with
Got
the
the strap.
strap.
That
He's
was an
strapped
amazing
up. Come
performance.
through with the
Brooklyn
strap,
stand up.
right?
He's strapped out. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
definitely big shout out to Shushu, man. He did his thing, man. Big shout outs to him. The next fight we're gonna touch on real quick is Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn Davis versus
Mm,
Jermaine Ortiz.
mm.
What was your thoughts on that
Keyshawn put
fight?
on Keyshawn put on the clinic. Um, broke him down real crazy. Jabs on smash. Complete package. Defense was looking good. The body shots was amazing. Broke him down to the body. Keyshawn's a very determined fighter. He's looking great, man. It's a great. Dude never been stopped before.
Right.
So he actually, I don't even think dude's been put down before, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, Keyshawn, let's say the businessman standing on business. So
Yeah.
Keyshawn, yeah, great performance. I enjoyed that fight. It was a nice clinic. I like the Keyshawn to get you out of here. Play around.
Yeah.
Keyshawn's all about taking care of business.
Yeah, he's definitely the businessman. That's definitely the proper name for him. Even though he's not a part of that camp anymore with Terrence Crawford and Shakur Stevenson, I definitely see that killer instinct from that camp in him. Definitely
Mhm.
see that. I definitely see a bit of Terrence Crawford in him. When he saw blood, he went in for the kill. He was not. His aim was to seek and destroy, and he
Mhm.
definitely went in there and got the destroying part down packed. Like he destroyed uh Jermaine Ortiz. Shout outs to Jermaine Ortiz as well for even taking a fight against a tough fighter like Keyshawn Davis, because at the end of the day, a lot of fighters would have ducked that fight. So shout out to Jermaine Ortiz for taking the fight, not ducking the smoke. And even though he lost, he still have a good career ahead of him. He just went up against a better fighter that night, and I definitely think that Jermaine Ortiz is a good fighter as well.
Well, he was. I mean, he started off the first 3 rounds really strong, and then you just saw Keyshawn just pulling away, pulling away, pulling away, and then it became, Blizzard too much for him to handle.
Like
He
you
was, he was,
said,
he was going back and forth. Keyshawn broke him.
yup, like you said, them body shots, Sensei,
Yeah,
them body shots was breaking him down.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
He was definitely giving him business.
yeah, them
Yeah.
body
So
shots was
Keyshawn,
breaking him down.
right after the fight, Keyshawn screaming out, "Oh no, my son Haney, the Dream."
Yes,
Haney called out Haney. So what? Yeah, yeah. So then Haney said he'll accept it. He'll accept Keyshawn. He'll beat Keyshawn up first, and then he'll go after Shakur. Because
then
we're
he'll go
about to
after
talk about
Shakur.
Shakur.
Yep.
But what's your thoughts on the Keyshawn call out to Haney?
My thoughts on it is that I think that that's exactly what he should have, what he was supposed to do. I think that Keyshawn is one of those fighters. He don't duck no smoke. He wants the big name fighters. He wants to make a name for himself in the sport. And going after Devin Haney is the name that's gonna give him a name in the sport. He already have a name. He already made a name for himself. So it's not like he needs Devin Haney. But if he get that win under his belt, that's gonna be the most significant and biggest win of his career.
So he want to do that at 140, 147.
I
Where we
think
seen this?
I think that that fight would probably be done at 147. I don't see Devin Haney coming back down to 140 to have that fight, because he actually, in my opinion, struggled to make 140. But he is such a Devin Haney is such a disciplined fighter that he made sure that he did his due diligence on the weight loss, and did what he had to do in order to make that weight for the fight before
Right.
his last fight. Right,
I
his
got
last fight at one was at 147, so that's why I don't see him going back down to 140. That would be kind of hard for him to make that weight after fighting at 147.
you. Think Keyshawn could pull it off? That's the question.
I think that's a fight that can go either way. I think they're both two very skilled fighters. I think that they are two high level fighters who have high ring IQ. And I think with both their knowledge of the ring and fighting in their skill level at a high pace, I feel like that fight can go either way. And, I think it's just going to be I think it's going to be a really good fight. I think that Devin definitely would have to stay away from Keyshawn um, in a manner so that he doesn't get hit with that hook. You know, I think if Devin gets hit with that, gets touched with that hook from Keyshawn, it's night night for him. But I think that Devin definitely have enough skill to fight him on the outside and
I don't think I
win
don't
the
think
fight from the
Keyshawn
outside.
has
Huh?
I don't think Keyshawn has that type of power to just. I mean, he gonna weigh you down, but Haney's real fast, and Haney's heavy, and Haney has the better resume. So I think that fight's a little premature for Keyshawn. But hey, if you feel you could do it, you could do it. But that's not gonna happen. Haney got some other stuff to clean up.
The reason I don't say that, he does have some stuff to handle, but he does have some stuff to handle. But what I think is that I don't think that it's a premature fight for Keyshawn, because Keyshawn been sparring with so much great guys. You know, he has that experience, even though he doesn't have the same level of fighters under his stable as Devin Haney. But I think when it comes to like the experience wise, the experience that Keyshawn got from fighters like, Shakur Stevenson,
Or
um, Crawford,
Terrence.
Terrence Crawford,
Mhm.
um, these guys gave him great work. And Terrence Crawford is definitely a higher level fighter than a Haney, right? So I think that with that level of experience in his corner, I think that it is. I feel like it's definitely a fight that he's ready for. It's just I
Well,
think
we don't know. We don't know if uh, uh, um, Terrence really was putting hands on him. You know, Terrence. I mean, if Terrence is fighting at 40%, 50%, I, his work is because Crawford's working with him. He ain't really like trying to put in the real work. So I mean, it's better than nothing. But I don't know if Keyshawn really got the test, the fire
what I would say is when
turned
you
up.
what I would say is, and you know this also, right? When you in that ring with a fighter like Terrence Crawford, right? There comes a point in the sparring where it becomes competitive. And yeah, we family, but at some point in the sparring session with a fighter like Terrence Crawford, he's gonna test you to see what you're made of. And the reason I say that is because Terrence Crawford knows, he's one of those people who knows that if I take it easy on you in this sparring session, it's not gonna bring out the best in you. And when you
You
go in the ring,
speculating, or you
I'm
speculating, or you know
I'm
this for a
saying
fact.
that I can call it speculating, definitely, but I would say that that's the type of fighter I see Terrence Crawford as, even in sparring.
Yeah, well, I mean, you gotta remember, um, sparring is dangerous and deadly. I mean, I watch people get punched drunk in sparring. You can hurt somebody really bad in sparring. So, like I said again, I don't think Terrence. I mean, again, we both speculate until we get some inside details.
Right.
I don't see Terrence really at such an advanced level, really putting them through that type of fire. And like I said, it's still going to be good work, but I want to see Terrence really like, you know, all right, let me, because that could be dangerous. You can leave it all in the gym. I'm pretty sure Terrence didn't use 100%. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Speculation at the end of the day. But let's move on to Shakur. Let's
Shakur
move on.
and Shakur and Teofimo. Shakur and Teofimo. So Shakur did his thing, man. I feel like Teo did worse than what I had him accredited for. I
Wait,
thought that
let me
Tio
give
was
you.
gonna. I thought that Tio was gonna do a way better job at bringing the fight to Shakur, but Shakur was just on a total different level from him in every aspect.
Hmm.
His speed was on a different level. His ring IQ was on a different level. Um, his jab, like Shakur showed us that jab was on a different level from To's jab. Like I just feel like everything that Shakur did in the ring was highly superior over anything that Tio brought to the fight.
Well, I remember Shakur was like, Warriors, come out and play. Yeah. Shakur definitely made him eat those words.
Yes.
Tio got to eat those words, talking that craziness. He was talking real crazy. I don't
Hmm.
understand how
Hmm.
he came out and was befuddled. His corner didn't know what to do. He didn't know what to do. I can't say take my hat off to him because you look like a total amateur bum. He fish
Well,
out of water.
I would say this. I wouldn't say he looked like an amateur bum. I wouldn't say that. What I would say is that Shakur is that good that he made him look like an amateur, right? I just think that Shakur was just on his level was just that much higher than the skill that Tio brought to the fight. But if that had been somebody in the ring with Teo that had lesser skills than Shakur, I feel like you would have seen a better version of Teo. At some point in the fight, I can't remember when, but Teo just looked lost. He looked like he didn't know what to do. His corner wasn't telling him anything. Like, I listened to some stuff that his father was saying in the ring, and I'm like, bro, like, it's time to get a new trainer. Like, I don't understand that's your dad, but if you want to continue in this sport and you want to go up to 147 and you want to win against high level fighters again, brother, it's time to change trainers. Your father gotta go. I'm sorry.
Well, I don't really know if Shakur was that great to make Tio look. Yeah,
No,
and
of
it's going
course,
to be
of course.
perspective. I'm on my Tim Bradley shit. Like Shakur is great. When we first start, talking about the so-called Four Kings, we had not in any particular order, but we got Javante, Haney, Shakur, and Ryan. Right? They used to be saying before everybody was undefeated, they were saying maybe Haney was the weak link, or maybe uh, Ryan was the weak link, and I kind of had Shakur standing above the pack because of his footwork. So what I teach and what I personally, my perspective, what I know is that footwork's the secret to fighting. So Shakur fights like a fencer. Um, and I mean literally like a fencer. So if you guys want to study fencing and watch, he goes in, he goes out. If there's a cut, he cuts, and then he's right back to in and out. Shakur understands one step back, two steps back. He's at a distance. He takes your punches away from you just with footwork alone. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to do any inside fighting like he did in his last fight. My problem that I'm saying with Shakur is why did Shakur stop? Shakur could have stopped him. So I would like to see him become more of a killer. We know that he can just outshoot and target practice and sniper people, but he's going to have to close the show more. By the 10th round, he should have just abused him like Gotti abused, like Mayweather abused Gotti. You know what I'm saying? That's my issue. Yes, if you got somebody that befuddled, why didn't you just? He wasn't under no danger. He should just went in there and really put the Mayweather on like Mayweather did with Gotti. So besides that, and I think Shakur has the level to take it up. And if Shakur wants to be a superstar in the sport, I think he needs to start. He has to become a little bit more killeristic, just a little bit more like that killeristic.
Yeah,
That's my take.
no, absolutely, and I agree with you on that. But Shakur even said after the fight that he could have took him out at any time if he wanted to. I don't think that he wanted to do it, and not saying I agree with that decision, but I think that he just didn't want to do it. He even almost Tia almost he almost got the knockdown at one point too. I don't know if you remember that part of the fight. I can't remember what round that was in, but he almost got the knockdown too. Tia almost touched his hand, almost touched the canvas, and that
His
would have been
hand went down.
considered,
That's
huh?
what I'm saying. He could have. I mean, he really had T.O. dejected mentally. He broke him mentally.
But
He broke him physically.
here's the thing.
I think that T.O. again. I mean, again. So you saying that Shakur made him look like that? But my thing is, we already talked about he's going to lose the fight because he lost against Camposa. I mean, he was not a great fighter. I mean, I don't know what to say. I'm not going to take anything away from Shakur, but if I had to rate Tio, ABC, I mean, he's a he's a I, I guess a C plus fighter. I've always said it. I mean, I don't mean to be hard on the dude, but he has some attributes. He was talking about his athleticism, this, that, and the third. Once he lost against Camboza, I mean anybody can have an off night. It can happen. But stylistically, I knew Tio would not be able to. Okay, let me ask you a question. Who put up a better fight, Tio or Shakur's last opponent?
Um,
Tio's last
I,
opponent. You can't. It's
yeah,
impossible.
Shakur's last opponent, definitely. I'm
Shakur,
trying to,
yeah, but the thing is, because Homie was throwing a gazillion punches, and Shakur, listen, I don't want listen. It was a massive fight.
well,
It
well,
was a it was It reminded me of the same fight with Shocky had.
But
It
not
reminded
just
me of the same style.
similar, definitely, but not just that, but with the fight with Shakur's last fight also, Shakur at certain points was on his back foot and was getting
I thought
put
that
back.
fight was better.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
thought that fight was
absolutely,
better to me.
absolutely. I'm
I
just
thought
saying,
that fight was
no, I'm just
better.
saying that's what Tio was supposed to be doing. Tio wasn't doing
Yeah,
that.
but you said
Tio was
yeah,
letting Shakur push forward and
yeah,
and,
but Tio
and be
don't punch Tio's punch output. So I'm just commenting on what you said on how great Shakur was. It wasn't that you say Shakur was great. I don't think Shakur was great. I think Tio was just bad. It was a great performance. Don't get me wrong. I like Shakur. Shakur to me right now, kind of like I don't think anyone has better footwork in boxing than Shakur right now. I think Shakur has absolutely the best footwork in boxing.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a footwork guy. I think he's dope. I liked his last fight because he stepped into the fire, fought in the pocket. His counters was crazy. So I mean, listen, Shakur is. I think that we haven't seen what this man is really capable of.
The,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
I think he lucky that he decided to only do that. He got more. It's like a jack in the box. You know what I'm saying? Cracker Jacks. You get the prizes and shit. As a kid, Shakur is definitely on another level.
The thing
The only person I think that could test Shakur personally is Javante.
the thing
That's
is
the only person I think that could test him.
okay. The thing is too when it came to that fight in particular, um I say that Shakur put on a masterful performance, and I think he fought great. Um, is because Tio, in my opinion, he came out strong, but then when he saw what Shakur was doing and Shakur was taking his punches, that's why if you realize after the first round, Shakur went back to his corner laughing, and what he
Mhm.
said was, "I'm stronger than him." Because
Yeah.
one thing Tyson always say is everybody has a plan until they get hit, right? And that's the thing. Shakur went in there not knowing what type of power Tio really have, right? And once he felt that, it was just like, all right, cool. In my opinion, Shakur was like, I'm gonna punish this dude. He was doing a whole lot during the build up to this fight. I don't want to go in there and just knock him out, even though I know I could. I want to punish him. Here's the thing.
Nah.
That's how I viewed it because Shakur even said after the fight, I could have took him out at any time if I wanted to. So in my opinion, that means that he didn't want it. He didn't want to do it. In my opinion, I feel like he wanted to punish him.
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Listen, listen, man. Hey, listen. Hey, I'm just a YouTube commentator. I think Shakur is great in all actuality because I don't like people going back and forth. You know, my thing is like I watched Shakur go at it with what's his name, Cameron and Mace, and I'm not trying to do that type of thing. Shakur is great. His footwork is great. I think he needs to do a little bit more, be a little bit more killeristic, as I say, step on the gas. And the bottom line is he needs to start putting in some more pain if he wants to really satisfy. Because people hated Mayweather, but they hated Mayweather solely because he would not lose. He couldn't lose. And then they started complaining about Mayweather when he got to 147. But Mayweather's fighting at 147. But let's be real. Mayweather's fighting people at 170 pounds. We'll keep it 100% because I don't know if the boxing casual fans or whoever doesn't know. These cats are coming out of 170 to damn 175, starving themselves down, getting that ring with Mayweather, and Mayweather was busting their ass. And the only reason why Mayweather couldn't carry all that power because Mayweather is really 135 pounds at best. That's just the bottom line. You know what I'm saying? And he would he would obliterate dudes like that. What he did with Shane Mosley was spectacular. What he did with Canelo was spectacular. So like again, Shakur, I'm not going to say he's great yet. He's not a legend. He's four division champion. so that made him great. But I'm talking about his skill wise, I'm gonna still give him like 7.8, 7.9 because I know he could jump. I know he could jump because he could just turn it on, but he has to turn it on. So that's just my opinion. I don't want to go back and forth and be arguing with these fighters. That's my perspective. That's my opinion. There's no disrespect. I think the kid has the ability to be really, really great, but he gonna have to put out some more punishment. That's just my opinion. But he did have an amazing performance. But he should have put up. He should have punished on some more. Should have really punished. It's just
I
my opinion.
mean, the way Teo Face looked after that fight, that was a lot of punishment, Sensei.
Man,
That
listen.
was a heck of a lot of punishment.
I mean, I punish people. I punish. I personally punish people like that, and so it ain't impressive to me. What's impressive is making them quit and beating them down. So I suggest, and I think he will. I think he will. I really do think he will. But I
But
mean, like we're saying, like,
I think Teo definitely quit in that
all right,
fight. If the
wait, my fault, my fault. I'm sorry, coach. Sorry, I'm sorry, coach. I'm gonna keep the thought. Okay, okay, this is what I'm saying. Watch this. We got Shushu, right? He stopped. He stopped him, punished him, and Shushu wanted to stop. It's like dude wasn't like really trying to get stopped. Shushu made sure to stop him. Then Keyshawn had in his mind, I'm going to stop him. I'm saying somebody that is the quality and level of skill set of the potential of being great, Shakur should have done that. That's all I'm saying. And the thing is, the public wants it. So you know I run a barbershop. I mean, I'm just talking, listen, people can't be mad. If this is what the hood is saying, and this is what fight fans are saying in general, then you got to start displaying some of that. I mean, you could just keep winning like that. But at the end of the day, if you want people to really, really respect you, I mean, Crawford, I mean, you got to put in pain, B. That's. I'm not caring about no couple of lumps and no split eye. I want to see. I know he could have really stopped, son. He should have stopped. Bottom line, I'm not going to hope it don't hurt his feelings, but son is nice, but he gotta put in some more pain.
I hear that. So listen, the next thing I wanted to touch on real quick, because we did go a little bit over time, but that's fine. Tim Tszyu is supposed to be Errol Spence's comeback fight. What do you think about that?
Wow, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, that's breaking
Wow,
news. Breaking
that's
news.
that's a good fight because Tim Tszyu fell off the wagon real bad, and Spence coming back for that's actually a good one.
Yeah,
Um,
and
I would have taken Tim Tszyu immediately because of the inactivity of Spence, but because Tim Tszyu lost what is it, 3 fights. Tim Tszyu lost 3 fights. Two to the Tower Inferno,
I think it's
definitely.
three.
Two to the Tower Inferno, a rematch. One to other homie, I forget. What's the European dude that broke him? Did he have a fight with the European dude?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can't remember his name.
Okay, and so he said it was too much weight. He was messing with his weight, too much weight. But Spence coming back, that's a tough fight. That's a tough fight. That's a real good fight. Spence is crazy, man. I gotta give it up to Spence.
Spence. The thing with Spence is that the thing with Spence is that Spence doesn't. He's the type of fighter he doesn't want to take. He doesn't want to take tune-up fights.
Too much fight. Yeah,
He's like Crawford. I move up to a new weight class, or I'm coming back after not fighting for a long time. Give me the big name fighter. Give me the fighter that y'all think that is gonna beat me right off the bat. This way I can show y'all and shut y'all up and show y'all that hey, listen, I don't need a tune up. That's how far my skills go. And I think that's what Spence whole thing is.
I didn't hear about this news. I gotta look that up.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
that's interesting. So,
Yeah.
oh no, what I did hear is that the Charlos is calling out Spence. That's what I heard.
Okay, I didn't hear that, but that's kind of
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, yeah,
They were best
yeah,
of
yeah,
friends at one point, so that's kind of
yeah.
crazy. But also, um, I wanted to touch on real quick also before we sign off. Shakur and WBC, now they're going at it. And
He took his belt. They won some money. He's doing this. Yeah.
so basically, WBC wants Shakur to pay $100,000 to them for the fight he just had, which had nothing to do with the WBC. I'm
What?
confused. How do you want $100,000 and I wasn't even fighting for your belt?
That can't be right.
No,
You
that's
got the receipts?
that's what it is.
You sure?
Yes, they want $100,000.
Wait, look me in my eyes. Look me in my eyes and tell me that. Look me in my eyes. What? You see my eyes? No, no, that's
That's insane. That's kind of insane. You know, they want $100,000 from him for a fight that had nothing to do with the WBC belt. I was just like, wait, what? Like, how could they even in a time like this when the sanctioning bodies are already getting a lot of flack for the sanctioning fees? I would think that the WBC would have fell back from that. At least
especially
for
after
now.
didn't Terrence just have beef with them?
And Terrence just had an issue with them over money as well, and they took his belt away. Now Shakur, total different situation. He didn't. Terrence fought for the WBC belt, so I understand that back and forth with the money situation and stuff like that, right? But Shakur didn't even fight for the WBC belt. He wasn't defending his WBC belt at 135. You know, what he said was he have plans to go back down to 135 because he feels like that's his natural weight. And that's where he wants to really keep his careers at 135. But he didn't fight for that belt. He wasn't defending that belt. He defended that belt in the past, and the WBC got their sanctioning fees. So now I moved up and I'm fighting for the WBO belt and the Ring Magazine belt, and you guys come to me and tell me that I need to pay you $100,000 for what?
These
What
guys
am
need
I
to be
paying you?
investigated. It's time to get the snitch gang out. Snitch gang and find out somebody need to snitch on them and find out what type of extortion tactics this WB. Yo, matter of fact, I'm trying to get a job over there. See if they'll put me on and see how they running this racket. I don't know what's going on over there. That's crazy.
Listen, one thing I would say is this: the WBC, man, they gotta realize that they are not the end all be all of this boxing thing. And the way that it is now with social media and everything flies in a split second, information is passed through to everybody. Y'all are just making yourselves look bad. And at the end of the day, right now, the sanctioning bodies need the fighters. The fighters don't need the sanctioning bodies because Shakur can go fight on YouTube right now without the sanctioning bodies and make millions of dollars just fighting on YouTube. You understand what I'm saying?
Man,
So I'm
yeah,
not
you better
down
chill out,
for
boy. You about to the WBC about to pay you some hush money. Shh, franchise, chill.
I'm giving them too much
Where's this
ideas,
guy? Yeah,
man.
yeah,
I'm giving them too
yeah.
much
They about to be
ideas.
in trouble, mess with. You sure you're not a lawyer, franchise? What's going on over here? You be fighting your own cases. You from Brooklyn. He be going to the library. I'm gonna watch this dude. You'll be in there. I'm gonna fight my own case. Hold on. Article. Oh yeah, he got the AI shit now. He going crazy. Oh man, yeah, yeah. Yo,
But
listen, I want to end on because we're about to end. So I got a question.
yeah,
My question is, Tio, did you learn your lesson about these racist rants you've been doing? And Shakur did make you eat your words, eat your behavior. You're talking crazy. I don't think like there's a couple of podcasts, and I say black they be race baiting. So we got like I don't really I don't want to mention their names, all this race shit, and I really don't like those podcasts personally with all of. But a spade is a spade. You gotta call no pun intended. You gotta call it what it is. If someone's really being racist. Yo, boxing is a warrior art. And I don't care where you're from. Pakistan, you could be from China, Russia, right? Timbuktu. At the end of the day, you got your hometown favorites because people are prideful about their tribe. So if you're from USA, of course, somebody from France, you'll probably rock with USA or from France because people have that traditional tribal pride, right? But me, I'm a respect of all these gladiators. You know what I'm saying? But if you're disgracing yourself like T.O. did, what you did, son, is a mad disgrace, and you kept doing it. You talking about bananas and talking about monkeys, and you talking about, that's not cool, fam. Like, and then on top of that, you from Brooklyn, and you Puerto Rican, right? And blacks and Puerto Ricans, like we have a historical. And remember, a lot of Puerto Ricans are black. I don't know why you talking stupid. A lot of Dominicans is black. They've been denied. So I mean, a lot of these Hispanic people be a little, a little bit offbeat with this race thing. At the end of the day, man, if someone didn't come at you, uh, uh, downgrading your race, you probably shouldn't come back at that. You shouldn't come at and initiate downgrading somebody's race because at the end of the day, it is one race, the human race, right? And we all have pride. But it's warrior meets warrior. And the best man with the skills, sometimes you're going to win some, sometimes you're going to lose some. Ain't many people that can walk out of here undefeated. Several did, not many. But yo, as long as you gave it your best shot for the young cats coming up. And another thing I want to talk about on the next part, I'm going to talk about something that really, really bothers me. You probably could turn this into a clip. Is these um, pre-fight vulgarity conversations amongst fighters, I think is disgusting. I really think it's disgusting. Yo, SMD. Oh, yes, another thing, T.O. Like, yo, T.O., like, man, where I'm from, you can't be SMDing. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not cool. Like talking about somebody's moms, talking about their kids, um, SMD this, uh, BAN this. Like, fam, we got to fight, right? I'm not understanding why it's kids watching this. Kids, young kids, 8 years old and all the way to 18 years old. And they're watching pattern behaviors. And yeah, you don't got to be somebody's over role model. You know what I'm saying? But you should have some type of decorum. I don't see this in tennis. I don't see it in golf. I don't see it in race cars. Yo, SMD, like, I don't, I see this behavior in rap music, but this ain't rap music. This is boxing. This is a gladiator sport. This is a gentleman sport. This is a warrior sport. This is a freaking killer sport, boss. You putting your life on the line. It ain't personal. It could be personal, but when you started so you can elevate yourself. Maybe you're gonna go to the Olympics, but the whole goal for every fighter is to become a world champion. Some fall short, a few make it, the chosen few make it. But at the end of the day, it really burns me up that these dudes is at the post fight being ridiculous. Yo, get some class. All this, they gotta wear jewelry all day. They not finding their own lane. Like, I mean, if you flossy, then you flossy. Like people don't know your style. You riding in Beamers, you riding in Benzes. People don't know that. You do what you do because that's what you do. I do what I do different. I'm my own person. I'm not trying to be franchised. I'm trying to be sensitive. I'm not because I am sensitive. You feel me? So my thing is, from the Charlos to everybody can name these pre-fight um interviews and going at it back and forth like your boss. And remember, like I remember one. This is gonna be great. I remember when Terrence was getting ready to fight Spence, and somebody was talking real crazy, and Terrence was at the conference like, fam, this is gonna go to a whole nother place, and we don't need this to go to a whole nother place. Because Spence got people, I got people, and he was like, well, why we gotta go there? We came to fight, see who's the best, feed our families. But if you wanted to go this way, Terrence on this shit. Terrence like, if you really wanted to be like that, I'm like that. Well, my thing is, why? This is boxing, B. And I think that the sanctioning bodies, I think ring even all the belt sanctioning bodies. I think what's the other one? Uh, PBC, and then we got Dazzin.
The zone, the
Need to
zone.
control that language, because mark my word, if just keep going on, this going to spill into some real crazy. Somebody going to get killed, and I'm lost. Or I don't see no other sport with this level of intensity of disrespect when we two gladiators fighting, and then your team, yo, dog, you can't get in the ring for him. You know that. You can talk, but you gotta get in the ring and do what you gotta do. For all of that extra vulgarity, I'm not with it, B. That's my take on it. We got to make sure that we air this, because that got to stop. And my wife is a big boxing fan, and she hates it. And she like it's bad. B. She like she love boxing, but it's degrading the sport. It's making us look like a bunch of. And then you see, like yeah. So when somebody say something about it, and it's primarily who, I don't like talking about black people, but it's primary who. So then when the outside looking at it, and then they make a comment, there's the racism. I'm like, yo, man, people gonna treat you how you carry yourself. And at the end of the day, you gotta remember, one apple could spoil a bunch. So what I'm saying is, you would make a lot of black people look bad based off your actions and your energy, boss. And I think you have class. Now, what I would say is, after the fight, Shakur moves with a lot of grace. He could have really bombed on something. He didn't bomb on him. He did not bomb him.
Yeah, yeah,
He treated him with a lot of integrity and a lot of respect.
yeah.
That's how you do it, boss. That's how you do it.
But you know another
That's
thing
my two
too.
cents.
So another thing too is that Shakur knows that mid more than halfway through the fight, around like the probably seventh, eighth round, he saw a defeated fighter. He saw somebody who was beat up. He saw somebody who had no way out but to survive. And I think he took that into account after the fight and was just like, I'm just gonna be the bigger person right now. And on top of that, what I didn't like was that Shakur and his team, they passed by Tio's room after the fight, and there was nobody in the room with him when he was getting checked out by the doctor. Nobody was in there with
Oh
Tio.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
His
yeah. That
pops
yeah.
wasn't.
His
His pops
dad.
wasn't in there.
Yo, yeah.
All the
His
all the
dad did him
guys
dirty.
that he brings to the fight with him, none of them was there, and I feel like that's so jacked up, because at the end of the day, if Tio had got the nod and he got the win, that W, everybody would have been in there celebrating while he was getting checked out by the
Yeah,
doctor.
that was some real. That's the second time I saw that happen. I can recollect. I remember it happened to Ryan, and
Yeah,
I remember I'm laughing
yeah,
because the
yeah.
thought just
That
came. I
happened.
remember it
That
happened
happened
to
with
Ryan,
Ryan. Yeah.
and now Tio's dad did that. The reason why I bust out laughing because I won my kickboxing belt up top. I was 2021. I won my kickboxing belt, and this guy's coach, he didn't leave him, but he was so upset. The coach wanted to beat me up because I beat up his fighter, and he was just looking at me. So it was just a flashback. Yeah, your team. Yo, man, listen, you gotta take the wins, you gotta take the losses. Tio, dad, what's his dad name?
I don't know his dad name. I just call him Tio's dad.
Yo, Tio's dad. I don't even know I'm wasting no breath on you, man. You mad ignorant,
Nah, his name
and
his
you
name is Teofimo Lopez also.
you're a bad dad. You're a bad dad. You're a bad representation of what a father. T, I'm sorry you got to go through that trauma. All these, you got some dad sons good, and you got some dad sons bad, and that's just not how you treat your kid, boss. Because if you want to know how you treat your kid, look at Sean Porter's dad. Take some notes. Stop all this racist shit and learn how to raise your kids. And he almost got Bud almost smacked fire out his ass. I seen on
Yeah, yeah.
YouTube, he was talking crazy to Bud, and Bud not the one to play with. So like, yo, dad, I can't. He's just too ignorant, man. I don't know what to say, man. It's horrible. I feel bad for Tio having to go through that. Therapy. He gonna need some therapy because I don't know if I can forgive my dad for that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just horrible. But
Yeah.
look, man, we gotta
So
wrap it
listen,
up. Got some,
We gonna
you
wrap it
know,
up for sure. But another great episode, man. Another great episode, man. You know, we got a lot more great episodes coming, and we gonna y'all gonna see us a lot more in the future, man. You know, sorry about the couple weeks that we didn't put anything out, but you know, it's just a lot going on, you know. But you know, we gonna be back. We back with it, and we gonna be back with a lot more stuff coming up. All right. But it's franchise and Sensei, right? And this is Pool Talk. And we're gonna catch
pool
y'all on
talk.
the next one.
You heard? Yo, you remember? Pull up. I want to come on the show. Holler, yo, hit the, comments, you like, subscribe, all that. Pull up, highlight us. You want to get on the video chat, video conference. You want to come down to the studio. We would love to hear from you guys. You know what I'm saying? We love talking positive, love talking boxing. So make sure you pull up, like us, hate us. Don't hate us too much, man. I like to hate. And if you got any of that crazy stuff to say, I'm not going back and forth. You're not going to have another episode of
Pool Talk.
Peace.
Like and comment below, subscribe, and hit that bell notifications for more.